All right. Welcome to the program. Wow, it's March the 23rd of 2024. Before we know it, it's going to be the hot summer. Before we know it, it will be the fall and then winter, and then the year will start all over. But that way, we thank God for our lives. We thank God for your lives. For your life. Please, thank you for joining us. As usual, help us to share and like and all those things that we need to do to get this across to our people. The job is going on. Our work is, producing the desired effect. So we are extremely excited. We thank those that stand with the truth, no matter what, right? Because we don't go a little to the left, a little to the right. We're winding our it will have to be small. I could see a little to the left.
Alvis is joining you to listen to the left, a little to the right.
We're going to a little to the left, a little to we are not. I could get it bum.
Yes.
I could get it bum.
Yes.
Also, get it here now. We're also marine, no. So we are here. We are standing here because we are working with the truth, and the truth will always remain constant. Yes. So whether you lack the ability to accept truth, you're jumping in the forest, you're lying to yourself, my dear Gidiba. When you wake up in the morning, when we say it's white, it's going to remain white. Yes. So you running around, acting crazy, praying, doing all manner of stuff. When you come back, it will still be white. So thank you for joining us. Let me allow my sister to add while we pull up the video of the day and yes.
Thank you so much, wonderful truth seekers. You're here because you're seeking truth and you want to stand by truth. So we commend you. If you're seeing this video for the first time, we say congratulations. You have just stumbled on one of the most important videos you need to get things right in Africa. My name is Ekwi. My sister's name is Mona Chinswaga, and we are here in US and the land of the free, they say. So we want to spread the freedom all over the world. Yeah, freedom is what everyone needs. The video my sister is going to pull up, it's what is happening in Francophone for people to understand how they are moving. Because when Berlin Conference happened, whatever evil they did there in 1884, 85, it's the entire Africa. So already our brothers and sisters in Francophone are moving. They are moving. The youth there are moving. They are not waiting for Nigeria to wake up from their slumber. They are moving. So when we play that, we'll play other videos, tell you what is happening in Nigeria, connect dots for you so that you'll be part of the people that are moving. Thank you so much.
Impose strict sanctions on Niger following the coup in July 2023. Did the member countries who agreed to this ever consider that these sanctions would result in the deaths of thousands of Nigerians? Perhaps they didn't think about it, or maybe they didn't care. Believe that economic hardships caused
from Niger. So don't get it confused and think they're talking about Nigerians. So he's talking about Nigerians, because that's how they brought confusion. Nigeria. So when he's mentioned Nigeria, it's not Nigerians. It's talking about Niger, people from Niger.
Nigerians, yes.
Nigerians. So that's what he's talking about, so they don't get it confused. When he's talking about anything that affecting Nigeria, he's talking about ECOWAS. So when he mentions ECOWAS, so the contention is between ECOWAS, those are still the puppets of the colonial masters, and then the new confederation that they're trying to bring out in Africa. That's Mali, Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. So Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. That's what this is going on. So listen while you share. Thank you.
By the sanctions would pressure the military government into returning power to the deposed President Mohamed Bazoum. Unfortunately for ECOWAS, this strategy didn't work, and the military government in Niger has actually become stronger, gaining the support of Nigerians. But the main issue here is how a regional bloc that is supposed to support its members can take an action that not only causes economic hardships in a member country, but also leads to the deaths of thousands of its citizens. Where is the solidarity and African unity in all of this? It shouldn't be surprising, though, because as Ibrahim Traoré recently stated in an interview, ECOWAS has strayed from the principles set by its founding members and has become a puppet for foreign countries. The regional bloc is now comprised of weak African presidents, led by a weak puppetry chairman, President Bola Tinubu, who only cares about taking actions to demonstrate that ECOWAS is not weak. What he fails to realize is that his actions have exposed the puppetry and incompetence of the current state of the regional bloc. This is why Captain Ibrahim Traoré has come forward to issue a stern warning directly to Nigerian President Bola Tinubu and reprimand him for the severe repercussions his actions have had on the people of Niger. During an address to a gathering of the Citizens Vigil Committee, Captain Traoré delivered scathing remarks to President Tinubu. He highlighted that ECOWAS, under Tinubu's leadership, bears responsibility for the deaths of thousands of Nigerians due to the sanctions imposed on Niger. Captain Traoré explained that the loss of lives was a result of inadequate electricity and medicine in hospitals. Recall that as part of the sanctions imposed on Niger, electricity provided to the country from Nigeria was shut down, and the borders were closed. However, according to President Traoré, these sanctions have not dampened the fighting spirit of the Nigerian people. The president then proceeded to highlight the strength of Niger's military, emphasizing its history of combat and resilience. He asserted that the Nigerian army is not just for show or peacekeeping. It is battle-hardened. In his own words, President Traoré questioned, "Do you think there are weak men in Niger? There are fighters over there. The Nigerian army is warlike. They have been fighting for years. It's not an army parade or a peacekeeping army." President Traoré further stated that the armies of the Alliance of Sahel states are united and prepared to confront the ECOWAS forces that were supposed to be on standby. He expressed his outrage at the thousands of Nigerians who died in hospitals due to lack of electricity or medicine, describing it as a crime. He held ECOWAS responsible for these sanctions and their resulting deaths. Traoré criticized ECOWAS for its ineffective response to the suffering of the people, accusing the organization of neglecting international laws and violating agreements. He pointed out the detrimental effects of sanctions, particularly on Mali and Niger, highlighting the manipulation of energy supply as a means to incite unrest. The closure of seaports to landlocked countries was mentioned as a violation of international laws. Despite these issues, there has been no response from the international community or ECOWAS. Furthermore, Traoré condemned the actions of African leaders, likening them to useless and incompetent politicians for their failure to prioritize the welfare of their citizens. He specifically called out Ivory Coast President Alassane Ouattara for cutting off electricity to Mali in 2022, resulting in higher costs for Ivorian citizens. However, President Traoré observed that ECOWAS' retraction of electricity in Mali only served to strengthen the people's support for their new junta government. In his own words, he stated that ECOWAS attempted to make Mali suffer by cutting off their electricity supply, hoping that the population would revolt. However, this strategy did not work, as some were compelled to pass on the burden to their own people by increasing the cost of electricity.
Of course, it will not work. We are now in a recognition as to who is our enemy and who is our friend. So it's no brainer. The people are supporting the new government, whether you like them or not. But at least they are not in tandem with the terrorist group that the so-called British enterprise and their cohorts are pretending that they are working on, right? Because they always tell us, "Oh yeah, we're here. If you kick us out, the terrorists will take over," whereas they are the terrorists. So we know better. I will pull up the next video.
So if you watch that to the end, because we'll post it, and I think it was going around also, you will hear when they were talking about Confederation. Because we tried to do that in Nigeria, but the colonial monsters came and destroyed that. When you have so much diversity, you must have a form of structure that will make the people to have access to their resources, and so that you can take power close to the people, take government, security, everything close to the people. So Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, they are moving ahead of ECOWAS, and they're not waiting for ECOWAS because their people have suffered. This is why we are telling our people, we are not waiting for these stooges, these colonial stooges, to come and tell us what to do. We are the people. We are the owners of the lands and the assets and the people that are killed. So we are moving ahead. My sister is pulling up another one. This one is talking about the constitution that we told you. You remember in Francophone, they had, what did they call it? A post-colonial document, one document like that. I've forgotten what they called it. That's what they had to bring down before they now began their renegotiation and other things they want to do. It's the same thing here. Listen to what this man has to say about your 1999 constitution, the imposed military colonial constitution. We'll continue to share and like, please. Thank you.
Republic of Nigeria. That is such a gross violation of the Trade Descriptions Act. There's nothing federal about Nigeria. It's a unitary government because it is driven entirely by all the powers at the center. Who did that? It was the army. And progressively between 1966